Okay, I think we're live. I'll just wait for some people to come on. Thanks for joining me if you're here. Um, my name is Roxy the Brass, and I haven't done a live in a little while, but I thought I'd come on and just see and speak to whoever is out there, um, so that I would be able to, I don't know, reach people that are currently online, rather than do a video and post a video. And so I just thought I'd come and say hello. Um, so I hope that you guys are having a really nice day. Today is such a beautiful day here in Perth, and I have been super excited to sort of finish this year. I mean, everybody's been excited for 2020 to go away. I'm sure it hasn't been the best year for a lot of us, but I am really excited to be putting out my programs for next year. And I guess I just wanted to come here and say, a lot of you guys know me as a music person, and when I launch my new program, a lot of people go, "Oh, but it's not a music program." And yes, it's not a music program. What I found is that I shifted my music into a space where, personally, where I can take the pressure off making money from music, and I can just create, and then I can just express and share. And that's where my music career is sitting at the moment. It's sitting in a space where if I make money from it, then that's awesome, but it is not the thing that then creates, or that I hinge my financial stability on anymore. And I don't feel like in the current climate of the industry that's viable anyway. And so for the last 2016, 17, 18, for 4 years, going on to 5 years, I've actually made more of my money from working online through coaching, through e-commerce, through referrals, through affiliate marketing, through all these different ways, through investing even, that I discovered whilst I was actually unable to work face to face. I was in Mauritius. I was on an island, on island time with all the palm trees, and I was like, well, okay, well, I can go and get a local job. And going to get a local job meant, earning peanuts, like earning, and I still had bills to pay in Australian dollars, so I couldn't earn rupees on the level that the locals were earning. And so I really need to think creatively on how I was able to earn money. And so one of the things that I was doing before I left Australia back in 2016 was that I was coaching a lot. And I was like, well, I'm coaching, singing, and personal development, confidence builders, all that stuff comes into your singing as well. And so I'm going to continue to try to do this. And I worked out how I could do that online, which I still do today, and do it in a way that it doesn't feel like people are missing. And so I moved all of my lessons online a long time ago, before there was a need to do it. And I feel like this is where I think the people who do get that extra head start on their success, this is where it's at. We don't wait to be pushed into a situation. We make changes and choices to actually start something, to plan for the future, rather than just wait until the universe pushes us into a direction where there's no option to change, right? And this year there was a lot of that. This year there was a lot of people that had been resisting doing anything else and just staying in one lane, and then that one thing that they were doing, whether it be gigging, whether it be having a job or whatever, that fell through. And then they were like, what do we do now? What do we do now? And so I guess I didn't ever want to be in that position, and I sort of saw it. I was like, well, if I can make the same amount of money sitting at home and actually access people from the entire world, and not necessarily, because at that point I was in Mauritius and I couldn't speak very well French, so I couldn't speak to the locals very well. I'm like, well, if I can still make this work for me, then potentially I'm earning dollars, and I was in a place where I could spend rupees, and so I saw that as a big plus in the way that I could earn money and spend money, and do less work and enjoy more of my time with my family and with my kids. And isn't that what everybody wants? So that was back in 2016. Now, from 2016 to today, basically what I have been doing is I started with the coaching and then singing and music coaching and music business coaching, moved into personal development, because the best thing that you can do for your career is to build yourself up as a human and become more confident and become more clear and understand yourself and become razor sharp on your vision and your clarity. And so it was really nice to develop people in that way. And then I realized that it was something that not just creatives and musicians needed, it was something that everybody needed, because you could take those skills and those life skills and pour it into the rest of your life, whatever career you're doing, whatever relationship that you're in, the way that you live your life actually is navigated based on these life skills and the ability to know and believe and understand your own behavior. And so obviously then I naturally moved into the personal development space. And as I was doing this, I was researching for myself all these different ways that I could make money online. And this year I realized that I had reviewed over 100 different opportunities and offers of making money online and working from home, and went, okay, this one's really crap. Okay, this one's all right. Oh my God, this one's an awesome opportunity. And then cataloging everything and looking at the kind of person that would suit each opportunity or whatever. And so now, a few months ago, I had an offer that I set up, and it was a consult called Review My Offer. And what that was is that people would book in a call with me, and we would talk about their current business, where it was, and their current offer. Or people would book in and say, hey, I actually want to start this kind of business. What do you think? And I would look at them and I would find information about who they were, where they were in their situation, what their budget was like, if they'd saved money, if they had enough time, what location they were in, what level of technology experience they had, for example. And then I would assess that based on the opportunity that they wanted or the one that they were actually doing. And what I found was 4 out of 5 times I was talking people out of their current offers. Now, that tells me that people are unsure, or they're jumping in quickly into a new business and investing time and money and energy into new businesses without maybe assessing and thinking how that business would fit into their current lifestyle and the personality that they had. And for example, just an example, if you're going to be an influencer, for example, you've decided to be an influencer on Instagram, and that is the business model that you want. Now, if you're an introvert and you don't like being in front of the camera, then you literally have to reinvent yourself in order for you to become that particular business. So it's not necessarily going to work for you. We shouldn't have to reinvent ourselves. We should just be able to look at our situation and find an offer and find a business that actually suits us, and not the other way around. We just as we go into a job interview and we interview for a role, we should be interviewing these business opportunities to see if they're the right fit for us to jump on, because there's a lot at stake. When you put all your time and energy into the wrong thing, ultimately there's two things that got to happen. There's a massive learning curve, transformation, that's got to happen to change you, or you're going to have to start from scratch and you're going to have to find something better. So before people go into these things, they really need to have a look at them properly. And so that's basically what I've been doing for last couple of years, looking at offers and the amount of things like compensation plans that I've read, the amount of times, no, I'm not going to say that. When I ask somebody about their opportunity and they can't tell me what percentage they make from a sale in an opportunity that they have been putting energy and money into for months and sometimes years, then there's a problem. If you don't know how much money you're making back from your business, then you don't know whether it's viable or not for the energy and time and money and effort that you're putting in. There's a huge disconnect, and the reason why this is happening is because people are being sold on emotions, and people are being sold on vision and dreams, and they're looking at somebody else going, oh my God, you just have this perfect life, I want that, so I'm just going to do what you do. And we can do the same as somebody else, but we're not the same as that person. And so those results might not be the same results that we're going to get, because we're not the same people. You could do exactly the same thing and get two different sets of results. And that comes down to who you are and how you present and how it fits into your life and your beliefs and your history and your story and your energy, because all of that stuff flows through your business and your offer. So unless you are razor sharp, sure, with clarity on what you're doing and how you're doing and what you're trying to achieve, people are going to be like, is she for real? If you have any kind of doubt on those kind of things, people feel that doubt first. And then when they want to go and buy from you, they're like, something's off here. Yeah. And so long story short, what I'm trying to say is that we need to be doing more due diligence on the things that we jump into and spend money into. There are lots and lots of scams out there. There are a lot of people who start businesses knowing that they can con other people to give them money for something that they would get elsewhere for free if they researched. The problem is that we are not conditioned to do our own research and learn for ourselves. We have been conditioned since the beginning of school to accept information that is handed to us by authority or friends and peers, and to be spoon-fed information and just go, oh, yep, that's just how it is. We're conditioned to read only the headlines of things, to judge a book by its cover. It's just the nature of today and cultural and society today. And so when it comes to actually putting your energy and effort and time into something that you want to grow as a business, we need to put our thinking caps on, and we need to put our research caps on, and we need to make sure that we know exactly what we're going into with eyes wide open. Yeah, and that is such an important thing. And right now we're finding a lot of people who are struggling to find work, or who need to change their work, or feeling stuck because the job that they had, the only thing that they think that they can do, has fallen apart. It is time right now to open your eyes and find out ways that you could bring in some extra income. Everybody needs more money, right? So basically, right now is a great time to be able to look for something new to set up and start for next year. And that is why I am excited to bring my program on board in January. So what that is my program's called Sort It Out, and it's all of the information and all of the research that I've done about offers and ways to make money in businesses to help people who are struggling right now to find opportunities to be able to start a new business for themselves. And that does not mean that you have to leave your current job. We're not just jumping ship from one to another. It would be nice if we could do that. But what it is it's starting a new path and giving yourself another option. Because freedom is about having options. And I keep saying this in all of my posts because I believe it with all of my heart, right? When you have the option to move, then you're more likely to move out of a situation that does not serve you. But when you only have that situation, it makes it significantly harder to take the jump out into nowhere, right? And so I aim to help people to learn what opportunities are out there, what opportunities may suit them and their lifestyle. It's almost like a matchmaker for online business. Okay, depending on their personality and their location, their current situation, their budget, their savings, all of that stuff. So we look at what's available, we look at how you would fit in or how these would fit you as a person, whether it's viable to start, and then we put together a roadmap on developing the journey of getting that business started up for you. And by the end of the 30-day program, and it's a 30-day mentorship, that at the end of the 30 days, you should have a fair idea of what your business is going to look like, and basically how you can make that business start right for the first time and not waste money. You know, let's not waste money, time, and effort doing the wrong thing or starting something that's not viable or that doesn't fit you. There's no point in that. You just end up back at the beginning. And there are a lot of people who do the work and do the research, and when they actually start, they do things right the first time. And it means they will get so much more, they would get to their goals a lot faster than the people who just kind of blindly jump into something and then go, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to spend money over here. I'm going to spend money. Somebody tells you need a website. I'll spend money. Somebody tells you need a funnel. I'm going to spend money. And then all of a sudden you're hemorrhaging all this money and you've not made a sale because nobody's told you how to make a sale, or maybe nobody's told you that you will have to make sales, or maybe nobody's told you that you will have to get on live like this and be in front of a camera, and you're like, oh, but I'm not a front person. I'm not a front person. Okay, if you don't like being in front of the camera, then maybe you shouldn't be this particular job that requires you to be in front of the camera. We shouldn't have to overhaul our entire being to fit a business. We should find something that fits us. And I feel like that is the most important thing that I've learned over the last 4 years with all the businesses that I started. I started a whole bunch of businesses these last few years in order to see the process, in order to research how they work, in order to find the right tools and to see what was worth spending money of and worth not spending money on, what stuff that I paid for that I never used. I've done that work so that I can help you guys so that you don't have to spend that money. I'll tell you, well, for this particular business, maybe you don't need this extra bill that you're paying every month because you could do it in this way. Yeah, and those little things are important, especially when you're a startup. yeah, because you want to minimize your risk and your spending, and you can do it. Right now, we can start businesses using our smartphones. We don't actually need to have a building, we don't have to pay rent. You know, we don't have to outlay a lot of money. But what we do need to spend money on is us learning and taking the right steps to develop who we are, and to make sure that we're doing things right the first time. And that means that we're not going cheap on something and then having to pay more later on. You know, so all of those things are covered in the program that I've got going. It starts on the 8th of January 2021, so next year. We're going to do a month of getting it all together so that we can potentially start and get you out there and going for February. And that's such an exciting thing for me. And so registrations are now open for that. And all you need to do is drop a comment if you're interested in coming into the program, and I will send you some information. Of course, if you don't want to drop a public comment, you can always just send me a message and I will be able to talk to you about that. But I am super, super excited, and it's been so long since I've been live. Hi everyone. It's kind of been trying to ignore all the messages that pop up so that I don't lose my flow of talking. But yes, let's get things going for next year. Let's have a successful and abundant 2021, and let's sort it out. The program is starting in January, and I hope that you will join me on this incredible 30-day container, and I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. Thank you so much, and thanks for your time, and I will see you really, really soon.